friends, and, and welcome to another Watch with Us, because it's just not Ray this time. I got Ween with me this time.
Yay. Hi, Ray.
Ween, how are you?
I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm pretty awesome.
I'm looking forward to this.
Oh my gosh, guys. So we didn't really plan on this. This kind of
No,
like
this
happened.
it was sort of impromptu. I was
Yeah.
bored on a Friday night and Ray happened to be scheduled to watch these movies and I
Mhm.
thought, "Hey,
Yeah. And
cool."
so we had a fucking blast watching them.
Oh,
So
hell yes. It was
um
much laughter.
it was much laughter, much like the fuck is happening. Um we're bringing you Terrifier 1 and Terrifier 2. Ooh, I know. Art the Clown in the house today. So, um awesome. Um
Yes.
so yes. All right, where should we start with
Begin at the
Terrifier 1?
beginning.
Yeah, I know. It's a very good place to start. So Terrifier 1, which we were trying to decide when this fucking came out, because I was like, oh, it's gotta be like 2018. No, it was 2016. What is
Oh,
happening? Yeah.
already?
So
Damn.
yeah, and like I thought it was
Hmm.
like later than that.
Yeah.
So give me 1 second. Let me pull up my IMDb, and but we have the. I guess it started. So sorry.
Yes. Take a drink. P.S. Not sponsored.
Oh, so we're both drinking iced coffee. There we go.
Product placement.
No, I don't think Starbucks will ever be sponsoring us.
Please start. Please, please sponsor my life. It does already.
Well, there's going to be one closer to you, so you could even,
That's bad.
it's dangerously.
Very
Yeah, we did dangerous.
dangerous.
Um, yeah, 2016. So from what I understand, is actually a short first called like All Hallows Eve or something like that.
Yeah.
And then from there they got some money to do this. And because IMDb now sucks, they don't tell you like um production unless you want to get like some sort of special account with IMDb, and I couldn't give a fuck.
Right.
I'm going to type in
Another
cost
thing to sign up for and pay for.
and
Fuck
forget
you.
about. Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Fuck off.
Oh my god, so the budget. You want to take a guess what the budget for Terrifier 1 was?
I'm gonna guess about $300,000.
Way lower.
Really?
Way lower.
Like 100,000?
Way lower.
No shit.
It's not like the Outwaters or Skinamarink 15,000, but it's
Okay.
close.
What is it?
$35,000.
Shut up.
And I don't
They
know.
did a lot for $35,000. A
Yeah.
lot.
I want to see how much it made. Um, um, it made, well, see, this is hard to say. It made $76,000 in Russia.
I mean, they doubled their money
Yeah, I
and
mean, if
some.
anything, yeah. So, now Terrifier 2 didn't make as much as I thought it would have. It
Oh,
only made
really?
supposedly only made 15 million,
Oh,
but that
wow.
doesn't seem right. But it has gone to like all four paid or all four like subscription services. So and it's came out like you could rent it now for $1. Um,
Really? Wow.
hmm But if you've got something like Screenbox, or you have Freevee is what we watched it on the ones. Then it's free. So we just had to watch some ads with it, but
Which is
which
fine. Then it
which
pays
we
for it.
enjoyed watching
Yes,
them.
we did several times.
Yeah, I had a lot of questions for some of the ads. Um, but so this movie, I just to say like right out the gate, the fucking makeup in this is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Knowing that it's
Makeup and
35,
special
yeah,
effects.
yep. Knowing that now that they
Wow.
spent $35,000, that's it. Fucking baller,
Yeah.
baller.
You can see where the budget went. And
Yeah.
it went to all the right places, because really there were things that I was like, where are we? Like, I was confused about where we were set. It doesn't really matter. It was
Mm-mm.
just, but given that, setting, like some college town downtown in a seedy area at a pizza shop and a warehouse. That's it.
Right.
Like,
And
that's what they had to rent out, a warehouse, and that's pretty much it.
I mean, and I'm assuming that most of these people that are in it all now have IMDb pictures, which makes me laugh. I'm like, okay, this is your only movie, which is
Right.
fine.
But it's okay.
Which
Gotta
is
get started
more
somehow.
more to say to the people in Plague Town, because those people didn't have any of them. Like only like 3 people had actual pictures on IMDb.
Yeah.
But like, so I would assume they made nothing. Do you know how much Pedro makes from one episode of The Last of Us?
What?
He makes 600,000? No.
That's it?
Or is it 300,000? One of the two. Still not, but that's one episode. Still. Yeah.
But he's getting paid a lot, I think, in
His
selling
money's
it.
well, his money's coming Disney dollars, I'm sure. Disney dollars.
Yeah.
His
He doesn't
Mandalorian.
need it.
No,
Right.
he's got
Mandalorian money.
money. Which, please, someone make Mandalorian money, please. I will use it as a legal tender.
Or try anyway.
I'll try. Yeah, I'll take it somewhere. I'll be like, here, it's got Pedro Pascal in it.
Maybe
I
Starbucks.
there we go. I definitely can't. I heard it. I saw a video, and I completely agree. Here's the reason why women are so infatuated with Pedro Pascal. Guys in our audience, listen up.
Right. Listen.
Look at me. Look at me.
Right here. Right here. Not
This
there.
is
Up
why
here.
we're all a cat. Let me get something shiny. Let me see something shiny for you. Woo! The reason is because Pedro does the minimum. He is the minimum man, and the bar is on the floor. Not that that takes away from him. He's an ally. He's very like women centric, very pro woman. He's a snappy dresser. He's kind. He's very socially conscious. He's this, like everything.
He's humble.
He's everything we're asking you to be as a normal human male.
Please.
The bar is on the floor.
Let's pick it the fuck up, you
right.
guys.
He is, and so I don't mean to degrade him by saying he's the minimum male, but he's doing the minimum. He's where he exceeds the minimum, but he is what every male should be.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. Because I mean, there are many, many beautiful men in Hollywood, and he will.
Oh, yeah.
He's not the last one. And he wasn't the first, and he won't be the last. But he is one who there's something special about him, and that's it. Is because he's the embodiment
about him, because he is genuine. And
exactly.
He's not a dick.
He is everything that we are asking him to be.
It doesn't take much, you guys. It
no,
really doesn't.
Again, bar on the floor. Just pick it up. Pick it up. Right now it's under sea level, so why don't you please pick it up, because we're all
James
drowning.
Cameron is working on that. He's working on
James Cameron. So we meet the two leads in this movie, which are Tara and Dawn, and they're dressed as what did slutty scarecrow and slutty skeleton. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, classy. Like it's they knew when they were making this movie, who are we making this movie for? Dudes. Yep. Because you're gonna see this girl getting like running around in this little skeleton outfit the whole time.
Right.
Yeah. We then first there's an interview at the beginning with like this really shitty anchor woman, and she kind of goes off on we find out is like a survivor.
Yes.
We don't realize this till later that this is like in the future. This is a year in
Right.
the future. We don't know this. I
We
don't think
don't know.
we don't know this at all in this episode. In one, we don't know that at all.
No, not in the beginning.
No.
It
And
doesn't.
yeah, I don't think we know it at all. Do we? Oh, we do. We finally figured out at the end because it's her. But yeah. Anywho, so Art is like what Art the clown. Art the clown is getting ready and he's watching this interview. In the future, we don't know that, but he's watching it in the future for what's going to happen in Terrifier 2. And he's getting angry. And so we see him. He's like I think he's the first thing that we see besides the
Yeah.
two on the television. We see him
Mhm.
getting all dressed up, getting all dolled up
Yeah.
to go out.
He
And
gets all dolled up and he gets all prepped. He starts doing whatever machinery he
mm-hmm,
does,
tune
working
it up.
through the
Mm-hmm.
credits,
Yeah,
through the
yeah.
opening credits.
Filling his bag of tricks up. Mm-hmm. And those aren't for kids. Well, some of them will be
His
for kids.
black garbage bag full of tricks. It's just a plain old garbage bag.
Yep. He ends up
like a bat with scissors and shit. I don't know.
yeah.
There's that. What do you call it? It's the cat nine tails.
Cat of
Something like that.
nine tails.
Cat
Mm-hmm.
of nine tails. And he's got
Mm-hmm.
like random shit, like a cut
Yep.
off piece of a knife,
Yep.
scalpel. He's got
a gun.
a gun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we
Little
find out
handgun.
later. Yeah. He
This guy has a bag of tricks.
he does. He's a something. So they're like these two women. They were at some sort of they're college girls and they were at some sort of college Halloween party.
Yeah.
And
they're
honestly,
both way too drunk to drive.
They are way too drunk to drive.
They both know it.
And like what I do like about this movie is, which cannot be said for the second one, there's no plot. I mean, there's no plot. There's no
Right.
We don't need to know anything about these people besides that they were at a party and at one point one of their sisters is coming to get them. That's all we need to know about these two.
Yeah. And they're sobering up at a pizza shop nearby.
Yep. Yes. And then they are like the second time they see see Art.
Right.
Because Art has seen them by their car. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he knows what cars is theirs.
Right.
And he hears them saying that they're too drunk to drive, so they're going to go sober up.
Right.
He comes into this pizza place, which is like, it's so weird because it's got to be the middle of the fucking night. So how is this place still open? Like, because
some pizza places are still, I mean, at the very, if nothing else, for delivery, especially on Halloween night.
Yeah. I mean, you'd think that this place, because it's supposed to be New York, it's supposed to be something Deer Hill, New York, I think it was. Deer Run or something.
Yeah,
You'd think it would have been
College Town in New York State, not New York City.
Yeah, you would think that it would have been like a little bit hopping at least, you know. There was a pizza place in town when I went to school in Erie, and that was like, if you were so fucking hammered and you were hungry, you ordered from there.
Right.
But you didn't order from there any other time because it was so disgusting.
That's correct. There was also a place like that near CSU. It was called Rascal House.
Oh yeah. We have one now. We have one of those now in our town.
Yeah.
FYI.
Yeah, we do.
Gross.
French fries and pizza.
I mean, soaks up that alcohol though real well.
It really does.
The next morning though, whew, going out is not good as coming in. And it wasn't great coming in. So they show up, they're in this pizza parlor and Art is just, I don't know, he's flirting in his own
maybe
way. You know that you can tell that he's got something. He's making eyes at the skeleton at
Tara.
Yeah. Like he goes over to the gumball machine and gets her a ring out of it and like,
he is staring at her.
Yeah, and I can't
and smiling at her with his fucked up teeth.
Oh, at least this mouth is like, it's like they're rotten teeth.
Yeah.
And they've been coated with I can't I mean, it is it's a great makeup job because he is terrifying looking.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
he's disturbing looking.
Excuse me. Yes, and he is. They look over. There's a couple times where there was a shot to him, and you and I both laughed so hard because the
His
look on his face.
his face is like this. And I'm like, I've made that face at passing cards.
Not so much in pizza parlors with poo on your butt, because it looks like he pooed himself too. We find out because he's got like a harlequin on. It's like a white and black harlequin.
Yeah.
So we could definitely see that he's got some. He's been living in this suit a while. A
Yeah.
while. He promptly gets thrown out of the pizza parlor. And why? You knew it. You called it right away.
Oh, I did.
I thought he was jacking off back in the back, but no.
No. He was making a piece of art.
What
A
is
work
his
of art
is
from
his
his
nom de
ass.
his nom de plume?
His nom de poo.
Oh, gross. What did you call it?
Poo Casso.
There you go.
We had one of those when I worked at a Borders. There was this guy that would come in and like we didn't know, we never found out who it was. But
Do you have guess who it was?
we knew when he had come because the men's room would be, I mean, on the walls and
I mean, that's obviously
we called him Pucasso.
well, I mean, that's obviously a sign of some sort of mental illness, but
Clearly.
yeah. Wow.
Which this is too. Only
Yes.
this is a lot messier. Like this guy has a very poor diet.
It was like almost bloody brown color.
Yeah,
so,
it was diarrheal.
yeah, there's a lot of diarrhea in this movie, in both movies, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Be prepared for that if you're grossed out by that.
yeah, because it looks like diarrhea.
It
Yep.
sure does.
Because at times the blood doesn't look like blood, but this definitely looks like poop.
Mhm.
So the girls just finally like they sober up enough to leave, and they do. And when we like switch back to but one we called them two different things. One was Tony and one was no, what were their names? I can't even remember what we were calling them.
One guy was called Steve.
That's right, Steven, and the other one's Ramon.
Ramon. Whatever.
Steve and Tony. So
Yeah.
so Steve has been the one who threw out Art, and poor Tony's in there cleaning up the toilet in the
Oh
bathroom.
yeah, and he's like, I do not get paid enough for this, and I'm like, no,
No.
you do not.
No, you do not.
No.
I mean, at that point, just light it on fire and walk away. Like it's
Honestly,
yeah.
call a hazmat company or something. That's just not right.
No. So
Not
you know,
okay.
Tony comes out looking for Steve, and Steve's been made into a Steve-O-Lantern.
Yep, just his head.
Just his head.
Just the head.
Just his head, and his face has been like parts of his face has been ripped off. Like
Yeah,
it's like a very bad carve job.
yeah.
I was looking for, but that's what I'm
And
thinking.
there were like little candles sticking out of his eye and mouth, and
Yeah. Happy Halloween.
it was cute.
Yeah. But then it's time for Tony to be dispatched too, and he is. We don't see the whole thing with Tony, do we?
Yeah. First he chops his hand when he goes to try to reach for the phone.
Right.
So Art chops his fingers off, and I think he just no, this was not the part. This was I was thinking too, but he bashes his skull in basically.
Yeah, we don't but I don't think we
Does he curb stomp his skull?
No. No, that's later.
Okay.
He does curb stomping later. But then we switch to the two girls in the car because they're waiting for. This is where they go out to the car, and there is the Tara's or sorry, Dawn's car's got a flat now, and they're like, well, and Dawn goes, well, yeah, what was it like that before? And Tara's like, no, like we would have noticed if your tire had been destroyed. It's not even like it's flat. It looks like it has been like
it was the tire like right up against the curb too. It's not like they wouldn't have
they were leaning on the car. They would have noticed that.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, well, we got to call somebody. So they call Vicky, who is Tara's sister, to come get them. So they're waiting, and you know, Tara, and so Tara's got a pee, so she's gonna go. She goes and finds this, like, she gets out of the car, and there's this exterminator just kind of like taking a smoke break at this like looks like a some sort of
Like
apartment
an apartment building.
building or
Yeah.
something. And she's like, "Hey, can I pee there?" He lets her. Say he lets her in. She comes in to pee.
Reluctantly, he lets her in.
Yeah, and so Tara or so Dawn's in the car and she's like, playing with her phone or whatever, and she says something, meaning like, "Oh, somebody starts getting back in the car," and she turns and thinks she thinks it's Tara, and it's Art, and we
Dun
cut.
dun dun. Yeah, then we cut.
We switch
Smash
to
cut.
smash cut to Tara going through this building and like I, she's got a pee, so it's like it's this very long drawn out scene of getting to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And
There was a lot of this
there was like
throughout.
there was a
A
lot of
lot
like
of drawn out.
getting to point A to point B, where
Yeah.
again, I guess if you don't have plot, that's what you fill it with is travel
Sure.
time.
Sure.
So we did make a note where we say because Dawn is listening to the radio and there's already police on the scene at the pizza parlor. And we're like,
Right.
how? I mean, unless there's been a time jump and we aren't aware of that, but who
No,
would
she
yeah, go ahead.
but we talked about that because she was before Art got in the car, she was listening to the local AM radio, by the way.
Right. She just been over listening to InfoWars, so she was going back over.
Oh my god.
She's like, conspiracy over. Anyhow.
She was listening to the radio and the police were at the pizza parlor where they just were. And she's like, we were just there. What the fuck?
Right.
And then you hear a siren pass by her.
Right.
Like she didn't hear any before.
So someone didn't do some great things with, consistency. Editing. Yeah. Consistency was not fine. It's fine. It's again, a movie that was made for $35,000.
Right. Whatever. Plot schmott. Let's go.
This is where I wrote in my notes Fev Campbell, because this girl looks like, I didn't realize it, but Carol looks like Nev Campbell a little bit.
She really does.
Yeah.
She really does.
Bad wig and all. She comes across this crazy cat lady.
Oh, the crazy cat lady, yeah. A homeless cat lady, which really
we were saying there's no way. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
And FYI, IMDb calls her cat lady, so that's what we will be referring to her as, cat lady. At the same time, the exterminator goes upstairs to go like do his fucking job, so he goes off and she's supposed to be trying to get out. Well, she starts getting chased by Art right away. I love how I'm trying to read my writing and it's not great. Oh, this is at one point during their fight is where he tries to strangle her. And I just wrote, they need some better strangulation, because we both were like, wait, he wasn't even, his thumbs weren't even.
You could see shadows under his thumbs at her neck.
Yeah.
Like
it was bad. No. The fight choreography in this is not great. Yeah. And the fact that in editing no one noticed that was like, oh man, we should probably redo that. We should probably do another take on that. Right. Nah.
There's no other takes we have now. We just did one shot.
Nope. But he beats her up enough that he can tranquilize her. Oh, and then we get to the scene.
Here we are. That
everyone fucking remembers from this movie.
How could you forget?
I don't know how you could.
No.
Because Tara wakes up across from Dawn hanging naked by her feet from like a spreader bar.
Yeah. Hanging from her feet upside down. And nothing but I think she was completely naked.
Oh yeah, she's completely naked. Mm-hmm. No, she had
her underwear on.
She had underwear on because he pulls them off.
Oh, that's right. Them off
because he's just he's like a romantic like that.
Right.
He then pulls out a handsaw, like a rusty old, not even like a chainsaw.
Not even it's a hacksaw.
Yup.
handheld hacksaw,
which you
like
would
with a thin blade
yep,
that you
which
would
you would
cut
cut
off
like
little
small
branches,
limbs.
like, or
Yes.
yeah, tree limbs or bushes,
Yep.
well,
Mm-hmm.
or one bush
One bush in particular,
in this case.
in her mouth is taped. So that's the other thing you need to know, because you don't hear a lot from her because her mouth is taped.
Yeah.
And
So is Tara's. She's completely
right.
duct taped to a chair.
Right. So she's helpless to do anything, any sort of helping. Oh, he then proceeds to cut her from her vagina to her head. And
Right through her neck.
yep.
Like right.
He's trying to go all the way. He's trying to go all
He's
the way
trying to
through.
go all the way, but I mean, once you get to the skull, I mean, come on.
Well, he can rip skulls apart, we find out.
Which is total bullshit.
I mean, we get to
It was nasty. The
it's
intestines fell out.
yep, yep.
Wow.
And
I was beside myself.
I knew it was coming, so I was like, okay. But the look he
Oh yeah.
fucking gives Tara during this, he has a boner. Like he is like fucking coming in his pants
It's
over
that
this.
same like smile. It's that same like
Yeah, like he fucking came. Like it was, and because we get in like the shot starts like if for first it's like a shot from almost above, like we know where he's going with the saw, and
yeah.
then he's already like 6 inches in before,
Yeah.
so that way we're not
They
seeing
had a
like
prosthetic
yeah
of like her ass and legs, and he went in pretty far.
yeah yeah, we don't see him like cutting
On
up,
that
like we don't
camera
see
angle.
lips or anything like that. We don't see vagina lips, but like because we don't really see a vagina because he's already cut that far down at that point.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I mean, it's not it's making it any better,
No.
but it's just I will fucking say it's a great makeup. It's a great special effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks
That's about all I can say.
because yeah, like like about as soon as he starts really cutting into it, you could tell that it's a dummy, which is fine. But then I do like that several parts they must have done some shots with the actress to make it look like that she's still moving. And
Yeah, which oh man, to be living through that. Jesus Christ. Ugh.
Tara is able to break out of her chair. She breaks out of her chair.
Yeah, she like rage gets out of the chair.
Mm-hmm.
She breaks one of the arms off.
Yep, she Nicolas Cage rages out of her chair.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she goes running, and it's when we find out Art has got a gun.
Yep. And he's not afraid to use it.
Nope, he just shoots her. She's taken out with much more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not sympathy. Less trauma than anybody else in this movie.
Yeah.
Like
Or the next movie for that matter.
Right. And someone in that movie gets taken out the same way with a gun. And you're like, wow, okay, well, it's almost like, yeah.
I'd rather go that way. I'm fine with that.
100%.
110.
Yes. Yep. Then oh my god, then what happens to yep. And this is where okay, so I didn't take a lot of notes because my next one is about hitting Mike with the fire extinguisher.
Oh, yeah. So Tara's on the run.
Yeah.
Trying to hide from him, and
no, Tara's dead.
She's dead skis at this point?
Yeah, because he because so no, not oh no, I'm sorry. My note is beats Mike get my handwriting's horrible. The exterminator with a hammer. So he's going upstairs. So Tara's dead. He goes upstairs, he finds Mike. And he like hits him in the head with the hammer, rethinking he's dead, thinking, well, lucky you, that's how you went out.
Right. He
But
was
then
on the phone with a buddy of his though,
yes, he
and
was.
Art smashes the phone.
Right. And then so Cat Lady has been walking around with this fucking baby doll.
Yeah, that's her
And
baby.
it's her baby. Because
Which,
she's
okay,
so crazy. And so she comes across Art then. That's the next scene, is coming across him holding her baby, this baby
yeah,
doll.
yeah,
And she's
taking
crying
it.
like it's a real baby. And
Yeah,
it's the only thing I have left in this world. Give me my baby.
and
And go
this
ahead.
woman,
Hmm.
she looks awfully good for being homeless and crazy.
Right. Right.
Awfully good. Like I've seen her at the West Side Market.
Buy the artisanal cheeses. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like same dressing and everything. I have that caftan that she's wearing. Come on.
Exactly. Like I was expecting her to like all of a sudden pull up like a
Like
Pinot
you couldn't
Noir.
dirty her a little bit more, give
Right.
her
Yeah.
dirty hands,
Yeah. Something on her face. Something like
anything.
she's got makeup on. She's like
Right.
pressed and ready to go. Like her
She's had
hair.
work done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Although they do share the same cheekbones and face because she has got some cheekbones to beat the band. Holy crap.
yeah,
Like she
yeah,
needed to stop at some point.
yeah. Right there's
Um
good.
right there, right there. But they have this scene where I just said, sorry, movie, you didn't earn this scene. You
No.
didn't earn this. It's very much like bitty, bitty, bitty. Like, it
So
takes
she tries to like coax Art to give her baby back
mhm.
and kind of reaches out her hand to touch his face
And he lets
and
her.
he lets her very slowly and she kind of like takes him into her chest like a mama and
Hmm.
kind of rocks with him and he sucks his thumb
Yeah.
and then cut.
Yeah. So we don't know. We think this might be, did he find something with this woman? No, this is just an act. We find out it's just an act.
Yeah.
But then we now switch to Vicky has shown up and she mm, 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 mm. Oh yeah, she find Dawn. The first thing she does is she finds Dawn.
Yeah. There's some point earlier so Art knows how to text.
He's good with the phones. He's good with the phones.
He's apparently. So and find Dawn's phone is ringing. I think this is right after he killed Tara.
Hmm.
And Dawn's phone is ringing and it's Vicky and she texts, "Where are you, Tara?" And um he texts back, "Come around the back."
Right.
So
And
Vicky goes around the back
and finds
and finds Dawn.
Dawn. Dawn's almost two sides of Dawn. Um. But then
I was really split down the middle on how I felt about that. I can't take credit for that. I was telling my boyfriend about the movie earlier today, and
hey, if you like it, steal it. That's what I say. um. So it's on the fence. Anyhow, Art then okay. So then then Vicky comes across this woman, like naked woman. She thinks it's Tara, and at first we think it possibly might be Tara, but like, how the fuck is this Tara? Like, the
right.
last thing we saw was she got shot right in the cranium, man.
Yeah.
How could this be Tara? Well, and all of a sudden, there's Cat Lady with
Her entire chest has been like
exchange with Jello mold.
very crudely cut
Yes.
and mangled.
Yeah, it's supposed to be subcutaneous fat that you can see. It's like all just this,
Yeah.
like the first 3 layers of skin have come off. Like
Yeah.
he's flayed her. Like he's flayed her.
Yeah, he flayed her
front.
chest.
She's still alive though. Bitch still alive, moving, kicking. There's a reason
Barely.
because that body that's on the floor, it's a total fucking
Face
saw
down.
move. Yep, it's a
Face
saw
down.
move. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bits up. The other thing that bitch had in his fucking bag was a wig. It was a black ass wig. He had one of those in there too. So
just in case
that he needed to, resemble the last person he killed who had black hair. Cool. Okay, so he's really now Bev Campbell. He, he gets up and he's got a titty vest on.
Right.
And he's got a vagina
merkin.
Yeah, vagina belt. He's got a vagina belt on. Yeah.
Yeah, something. And completely naked. His clown costume is off.
Self-made merkin. He's got a self-made
merkin.
Mm-hmm. That's artisanal merkin.
Oh my god.
I just like using the artisanal. Because fuck those people. Anyhow, so he comes like she screams and runs, and he comes out. It's almost like this weird, like I can't even describe because the way he's moving is like very.
He's really into it and playing a part and like walking like this.
Almost like a pterodactyl, like you'd hold like if you were pretending to be a pterodactyl or like some sort of like a raptor or something, like his arms are held up. But then the way he's walking like a stick figure or a praying mantis or something. I don't know.
Something.
But we were like, wow. All right. I mean, Art's got a swimmer's body for sure.
Yeah.
He has a nice tush. I'm not gonna lie. Like I saw that tush and I was like, I hate to say it, but it's not bad. Just could be. I mean, I need to get
bite
some.
out of that.
Yeah, I just need to get some. But let's see. Let's see. Oh, I don't know. She just goes running off, doesn't she? She goes and runs because he doesn't. He doesn't chase her at this point because he's kind of like, I did this for you, and then she runs off, and he's just standing there like, but I dressed up. And so she runs off back into which both of us are screaming, why are you go back into like go get the police, get someone, go.
Right.
Because at this point she's outside.
Is this where
this isn't where he gets hit by a car because she's still got
no, at some point Mike finds her. When is that? Oh, I think it's at the very end.
Yeah, Will shows up now. Will, the other
Mike's buddy, who's the other exterminator who's supposed to help out.
Right. He shows up and he's not long for this movie. Yeah.
No.
He's on there all of 5 minutes and he quickly gets I forgot what even happens to him. He gets the top of his head cut off, maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah.
He gets decapitated of some sort.
Yeah.
Oh, so we've decided. Yes, he does. He does something to his head. He decapitates him because this is where we have the conversation. We notice that Art always decapitates men and then also attacks the sex organs of women.
Yeah.
It's very noticeable that there's of the two because like with Tara, he did something with her too, and I can't remember. I don't remember, but I mean, just wearing a vagina and boobs and then cutting someone down the middle, starting at the vagina, is enough. That this is so. Art then comes across Vicky because I think Vicky's trying to get out, and he suffocates her. He tries to suffocate her with plastic.
Yeah,
and she
tears it open and is able to get away.
This is where Mike comes upon them.
Yeah.
Because Mike thinks that he's killed Art. And so they're just trying to get out. He also tries to he calls the police.
Yeah, so the police are coming.
Yep. And
They're trying to
Then,
find a way out. They come across these doors with a
mhm,
and master lock on it.
yep. And they're both trying to get out, and um Art just pretty much he knocks Mike down with his own exterminating can, like, and
Yeah,
then he fucking curb stomps him.
curb stomps his face.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
And this is where, Vicky just, decide then just is able to punch off a lock. I mean, that's pretty much what she does.
That's with like a metal bar. Come
Yeah.
on.
Come on,
And
movie.
somehow the lock magically unlocks.
Right. Okay.
All right, movie.
Because we needed her to go from inside outside where she could go and run and
Right.
play, um
Back inside.
back inside with another door that's chained. Cool.
Right.
Well, that's okay because Art then just gets a truck and drives through the doors.
Yeah.
But hits
her.
hits her, which we were both like, one, she saw him coming.
Yeah.
She didn't get out of the way in time. How did she not get out of the way in time?
I don't
Well,
know.
he has enough time to then eat her face.
Yeah. Until the cops get there.
Yeah, great.
Eat enough of her face anyway.
Yep.
Which the timing of it didn't line up for me, but whatever.
It didn't. Yeah. And then Art does a little. I first thought that he was gonna do suicide by cop, but no, he just does suicide. He shoots himself in the head.
Yeah.
And
you like through the mouth.
Through the mouth. Yep.
Like in the mouth, through the back of his head.
Yep.
And we think he's dead.
Right. And at the beginning of the movie, did she get attacked at the beginning of the movie, or is this now? Now she gets attacked. The anchor.
The reporter. She got attacked in the beginning of the movie.
Okay. Yeah. So we don't know who it is. Yes, we do. We know who it is. We know it's
the person she interviewed.
Yeah.
We don't know who that person is.
Right.
We just know that she's a survivor.
Which we will know very shortly because we have two scenes coming up. The last two scenes are the first is Art in the morgue, right? And where he gets up and he's not dead. Yeah. And then the very last scene is you see that you cut to like a hospital and you find out that the person without a face is that from the beginning is actually
it's Vicky.
Vicky. And dun dun dun. This fine. End movie. Fine.
All right.
We got some problems with the next one, so we're gonna get to that real quick. Let's do our ratings on this bitch.
All right. Blood and gore. I mean
5.
Yeah, 5.
5.
Definitely a 5.
5. Yep.
I was told, and it did not disappoint.
Yep.
It was quite gory and bloody.
Yes.
It was a mess.
It was a
messy.
Mess. Yep.
5.
Yes.
Spooky scary.
I'm gonna say 2 just for the thought of a fucking crazy clown, because we talked about this while we were watching it. This is what we've been asking for. We've been asking for something like this. We don't need his fucking backstory. I don't need to know how Art came to be. He is a senseless fucking killer, and there's nothing scarier than that.
And he's not stupid.
And he's planned.
Yeah.
So 2.
I say 3 because of
okay.
that.
Yeah, you know what?
Because he's methodical.
Yeah, I'll give you 3. I'll say 3 too. Yeah.
And he throughout the movie until the last 3 minutes, like the last 5 minutes of the film, there's nothing supernatural about him.
Yes.
Until the last 5 minutes of the film and he gets up from shooting himself in the fucking mouth.
Right.
Like
which right, exactly. I mean, like, you had something there, but I'm sure we're like, well, we've got to have an out in case this makes enough money.
Right. Well, exactly. You got to keep. That's I mean, if you have any prayer of having a franchise, you got to keep your killer alive.
Right.
So
it would have been better as if all the electricity hadn't gone out or whatever had happened, as if the person, something happened, like somebody, like something caught his eye somewhere else, and the morgue attendant turned back and the body was gone. That would have been better.
Yeah.
Because then we'd
Like,
have that
a la Michael Myers.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sex and nudity.
I'm gonna say a one and a
I'm gonna,
half,
yeah,
just because of like some of Art's kills are very sexual.
yeah. I was giving it a straight two, just for that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, between the sawing in half vertically and um the chesticles and and merkin, self man-made merkin.
Yeah,
Um, there's something sexually disturbing about him. There was no actual like sex
facts.
scenes or anything. He never raped anybody.
No, but he definitely got off
He
on.
definitely did.
Yep.
There's
Yep.
something sexual about it
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that's appeasing him.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say two.
Cool.
Um, now last but not least,
This one's gonna be hard.
but an entertainment. How many cold black hearts do you give it?
Because I watched it with you and we had such a fucking blast. And I think
Yeah,
I would say to anybody wanting to watch this, do not watch alone. I've
yeah.
watched it
Watch it with a
alone.
friend. It's way more enjoyable with a friend.
Yeah, because I've watched alone and I was like, this is fine. I mean, it's whatever. It's just horror porn or it's torture porn. It's not even horror. It's not even torture porn because he doesn't really torture too many people, but he just fucking flat out kills them. He tortures Tara a little bit,
Tara.
but
Yeah,
like there's not much torture happening. I mean, he just pretty much fucking kills, just horribly kills people.
yeah,
In the next movie, he tortures some people.
yeah. He does.
So I'm gonna say three.
Three. Okay. Uh, I was gonna say three or four, but I'll give it three.
Yeah, I mean, I
I would have had. I would not have. I agree with you. I would not have had nearly as much fun watching it by myself.
yeah, yeah. Will I
Like
watch it again?
this is a classic style horror film that you want to watch in the theaters with a bunch of people for it
Right,
to be more fun.
right. And to have the reactions, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
like if will I watch it again? Probably not. Like I was trying to get myself like revved up to watch it again. Like I was like,
Oh, I'm glad I came over then.
yeah, me
I
too.
made you watch it.
Me too. For many
And I
reasons,
was
but
telling
yes.
and I was telling you, like, we've talked about Terrifier before, one and two. We talked about it before, um, and I just was not into watching it alone. I was like, meh. It's not a movie I would probably watch by myself.
If I had a Halloween party, I'd probably put it on.
Sure,
If I had
and
other
that'd be
Halloween
fine.
people, if I had Halloween people there, like if there were
Yeah.
it was mostly normies and me, I'd be like, no, 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 no,
No,
no.
no, that's too
People would be
gory.
like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'd be like, there is a lot wrong with me, but
Right.
got it, understood.
It's
Yes,
fine.
yeah. Uh, I don't know. I mean, it'll be very next one will be these ratings will be interesting when we get to the
Oh yeah.
next
Oh yeah.
this next movie, which is Terrifier 2.
Woo! Let's go.
Terrifier 2, 2002's Terrifier 2.
2002.
I thought it was 2002, isn't it? Terrifier 2.
You mean 2020?
Yeah. Oh my god, did I say 2002?
Wait a minute. Like I graduated high school in 2002. I got you. I feel you.
Oh, the towers came down and this movie came up. What can I say?
Oh my god.
2022,
Nice.
however.
2022. Okay.
So let's see how much this one was, cost.
So 6 years after.
Yes. People are just
People were freaking out.
screaming for this movie.
Yeah. People were freaking out that this movie came out. And I think that's what kind of, I had never heard of it until what?
I have the how much it cost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, keep going with your
No, just I had never heard of it until the second one came out.
right, until everyone was like
freaking out about it.
puking at the
puking
movies.
in the theaters and shit.
Which I'm like now, having seen it, I'm like, you're fucking dumb. Like, I mean, like, But I think that was all, and it was to it, like the production company, production house they seriously loved every fucking minute of it because they're like,
Oh
this
yeah.
is fucking free press for us.
Yeah.
How much do you think it made, or how much do you think it cost to make?
This one I'm gonna say closer to $1 million.
Lower.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go halvesies, 500,000.
Lower.
3,
Little lower.
250.
250.
Wow. Yeah, there was definitely more production value involved.
And unfortunately, more story.
Yeah. In some parts, it really wasn't necessary.
Oh, there's a lot of plot. I was just like, can you fucking kill somebody? Swear to God, just kill somebody at
Right.
this point. Myself, maybe. I don't know. Whatever. Jesus. And it made, I thought I saw, did I say 15 million? I thought that's what I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much did it make? Let's see.
Which that's a success. Success. Good for you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm seeing 12, but probably 15 million. 800,000 is first weekend. I mean, and then word of mouth from there.
Yeah.
So, but it has moved to the streaming, so I'm sure
It moved pretty quickly.
it moved very quickly. So they're probably not they're hoping they made what they wanted to, so they're going to make another one.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I do want to say, and I want to give complete fucking props to, is David Howard Thornton, who plays fucking Art. He's
Yeah.
brilliant.
He makes it.
He's goddamn awesome. Like,
Yeah.
also
He's made himself
easy on the
look great.
hose in real life, but probably a little weird. I'm
Yeah.
assuming just a little, because he gets into it quite a bit, but that's his job. He's probably the only one who actually like got paid.
Yeah.
He is 43, so he's a year older than me.
He's the new Robert Englund.
He is, and like.
But the thing is, the thing that we for anybody that shockingly hasn't seen this movie or the second one, the clown says nothing.
Right.
He's completely silent. Even when he's getting hit himself, he just goes and like nothing comes out of his mouth.
He has a very
or anything. He's completely mute.
He's got a very interesting background here with like some of the stuff. Like looking at his acting credits, he definitely had like he must have gotten paid something. I don't know what he did, but he must have gotten paid. Now his first Art the Clown, so Art the Clown might be his or like he might have come up with it himself.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Let's see.
Hey, I've got this great character. Let's make a movie.
But he's also got like a fucking voice arts award for a performance on a scripted podcast. Like, it's hysterical that he doesn't speak. Right. And he's won an award for fucking speaking. Like, that's hysterical.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Let's see, was in a national tour of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Not a surprise to me. Not a surprise. I mean, he's very Jim Carrey like in this. Like
he is. He's very expressive with his mannerisms.
Yep. He's been on like,
which is what makes a good makes a decent mime. He's mime like.
Yep. Yes. Well, and the thing is, though, I'm looking at his background, like what he's done, like a lot of it voice work, mostly voice work. Except he had one credit from Gotham, which is hysterical. The other one is he played the Joker in Nightwing.
There you go.
Yeah, so but that was after Art. So people were like, "Hey, you played that fucking crazy clown. You want to play another crazy clown?"
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, I am so interested to see what he sounds like in real life.
Me too.
So we'll have to go check that out afterwards. Also see what he's doing tomorrow night.
Hit him up.
Yep. What up, Art? Do you know how much fucking like if he might not even go that way. I don't even know, but like, do you know how much fucking ass he's getting? Like trim getting? Fucking convention trim he's getting?
No matter which way he swings, he's getting it.
Exactly. That's true. Yes. Agreed.
There's plenty to be had.
Mm-hmm. Especially at those fucking conventions, man.
Yeah.
Why fuck Corey Feldman when you can Art the Clown? Oh, Corey Feldman. Anybody see that new fucking music video he made? Ooh.
What?
Oh, yeah, after this I'll send it to you.
Oh, glorious.
Yeah. It exists and so do I. All right. So we learned that this actually starts right after the events of the first movie.
Yeah.
In fact, like it's we go right to Art, who has woken up in the morgue, and he just gets up and kills the
poor coroner.
yeah, and pieces out, gets his bag, and he
This is
pieces out.
where he
Uh-huh.
I mean, he tortures this guy to death. He pulls out his eyeball and
Oh
just
yeah, yeah.
like chokes him and cuts him, and this is where he like beats him with like a metal hammer, like a medical device hammer,
Yeah. Yeah.
beats his face in, and then splits his head in half with his
He's
bare hands.
I think we're kind of supposed to infer that at this point he has taken on magical properties. Like he has taken on supernatural properties, that he is no longer, he is the evil demon that we now know him to be. I believe. No, hey man, I just report the news. Don't make
it. I yelled bullshit at the screen, but whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
What I really love is that he steals said eyeball and tries to shove it in his own eye.
Oh yeah.
Which I guess it works, because he's got 2 eyeballs the rest of the fucking movie. So
no, he takes it back out.
Does he take it back out?
Yeah. And
oh,
puts it
that's
next
right.
to the doctor. Yeah.
That's right, because I thought, oh man, are we gonna play some Jeepers Creepers?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Then
man, this
oh
movie.
god. Then we follow Art for a little while. He's dirty now. I'm like, he's got to get clean, right? He's got to go to the laundromat.
He goes straight to the laundromat,
Yeah.
strips completely down.
This is where we notice
his face.
It's been 6 years.
Yeah.
I mean, he still looks good, but Art doesn't have that runner's body or that swimmer's body he had before. He's got dad bod now. It's okay.
But it's fine. He's completely naked except for his face covering and his little hat, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. And while everything's washing, there's this other dude that's randomly asleep.
Mm-hmm.
So Art is completely naked. He is reading the funnies.
And laughing. Silently laughing.
Silently laughing.
That's fucking crazy.
And then sees what?
The most horrific thing that I've seen in a while is a demon child clown.
Yeah. Which is a little girl version of him.
Yeah, which I was like, oh Jesus, is that his girlfriend? Does he have an old girlfriend who is now an 8-year-old? What is happening? Like, oh god. But what does she first do? How does he know that is his lady love?
His kindred.
Yes.
Because she just diarrhea poops all over the place.
Yes. Yep, she has the Hershey squirts all over the floor.
All over. Just.
And it's like smiling as she's doing it.
Yeah. And he's like, my people, but silently.
Yeah, you're singing the song of my people. Loud farts.
You're pooping the song of my people.
Loud liquid farting.
Oh god. It was gross.
Yeah, and then we get to fucking Plot Town, USA. So they leave together, supposedly. Like, this is where you realize also at the same time she doesn't exist. Like, they start silently playing and chatting with one another.
They're doing like a patty cake kind of thing.
Right.
And then the dude in the laundromat wakes up and he sees naked Art doing patty cake to nothing.
Oh my god. Could you seriously fucking imagine? Like, I would run.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would try to sneak out of there as silently as possible.
Unfortunately, Bruv doesn't make that. Like, they walk past and he's like dead ski with a
with a
broom.
mop stick. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. But his clothes are done, so he's clean.
He's all, yep.
I was really surprised. Honestly, I was really surprised. I would kind of like to know what kind of detergent he used to get all those
I
stains out of
do
that.
too. Did
Yeah.
he oxy clean that bitch?
Oh, we all know OxyClean doesn't work. That
Not
bitch,
according to Billy Mays.
that bitch from the grave. I'll punch him from the grave, man. I'll raise his corpse up, punch it, put it back down to the ground. It doesn't
Maybe
work.
he used Chipotle away. Sorry, South Park reference.
I love it. Why are you? If you're thinking you bleed into your underwear, why are you eating it? It's Chipotle. It's delicious. I just love that whole episode because Kyle just doesn't understand the. Is it Kyle or Stan? Doesn't understand.
Kyle.
It's
Yeah.
No, it's Stan because Kyle's worried about his brother. So it's Stan because Stan's like, wait, why? Why are you doing? Like he the whole time could not understand. Like there's other shit happening, and he's just like, why are you eating it if it gives you bloody diarrhea? Like it's great. I love it. I love that
It's
episode.
so good.
Let's see. So then we get over to the fucking plot, I guess. The plot's arrived, guys. We didn't know we needed. We get saddled with this family for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
I
I don't remember the mom's name.
you
can call her Barbara.
It's Barbara.
It is? Oh!
It's I believe I'm in Terrifier too, right? Yeah. Oh, that's right. Because I was like, why is Dawn still on here? Oh, because not Dara, Tara. Tara's listed here because she does quote unquote show up. It's so it is Barbara, and then you have Jonathan is the son, and then you have Sienna is our lead. Is Jonathan and Sienna are siblings, and they have just lost their dad within the last year. We find out what happened to their dad. And you know what? Fuck it. Might as well say it now. It doesn't fucking matter. Yeah. It really doesn't fucking matter.
No.
He had a brain tumor, and he was starting to see things and not know where he was and hallucinate. And he
was also a very good artist and drew his hallucinations.
Yes.
Which included
murders, which included pretty much all of the murders from the first movie. And he also gifted his daughter with a very sharp, like crazy sword. So cool. Awesome. And so Sienna has he also, what he then did is when they got so bad, he ended up drinking a bottle of whiskey, driving into a transformer and burning to death. She'll burn to death. What did you say? I said she burned to death. Sorry. I love that movie. It's so fucking stupid. So we're just saving you the trouble because I had a lot of theories. I was like, oh my god, is Art the dad? Like I was like, oh my god, maybe no. And one of the pictures that's in the sketchbook is of Sienna holding monster's heads. Was it Art's head or was it a monster head?
It was a monster head.
Yeah, it was a monster head. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, a monster's head and this knife. This very giant. It's not a knife. This is a knife. A
short sword.
Yes. A scabbard. Would you call it?
Maybe.
I don't know. You're the one who does D&D. Wouldn't you call
That's why I called it a short sword.
Is a long sword a longer sword?
Yes.
Well, I mean, long gun is a rifle, so. Anywhoozles.
Long
gun. No, this really is a long gun. Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Okay. I'm looking. There's a whole. Okay, so oh my god. Enter. She's getting ready to go out for Halloween the next night, and Sienna's making this very elaborate costume. Go ahead.
Cosplaying hardcore.
She is like she has a paintbrush, or airbrush.
She had an
device.
airbrush. She had these foam pieces that she was cutting into little cones to make little spikes on like a shoulder piece.
Wouldn't it have been funny if she got it all together? You think it's gonna be the sexy angel thing that she made, but it was actually Bowser. And she comes downstairs and her mom goes, perfect.
Right, because it covers her head to toe.
Yeah,
Oh my
holy
God. I
shit.
had issues with that costume.
I mean, when you have to wear a pair of kick pants
Yeah.
because your costume doesn't cover your vagina.
And
And also
barely covers your
it's
ass.
it's New York in November. And
Right.
it's probably like Rochester or that area, or I don't know if there really is a deer run or whatever the fuck this is. And or stat up. It's fucking cold, guys, especially
It's
at
cold
night. It's
and
cold.
and you're underage.
Right. Okay.
Still in high school.
Mm.
There
She
is no way,
no.
no way my mother would have let me out of the house like that. No fucking way.
You know, I say that, and then I talk about how my mom made me that fucking Catwoman costume when I was like 10 for Halloween. That was like skin tight, and I had like little, like,
Yeah, but you were covered.
that's true. That's true.
You weren't showing cleavage.
No, it's very sexual. It's a very sexualized character, though.
It is,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
anywho's.
Anywho's, we also couldn't figure out what fucking year it was because it was all over the place. It could have been
Yeah,
1996, could have been 2030, could have been 1981. We had no clue because the the house was full of fucking wood paneling and horrible like drapery and shit like that, and like all of the decorations, the set decorations, like this had to be someone's fucking house. This had to be
yeah,
someone's house
yeah.
because they were like literally crockery that I remember having for when I was like 8 in the house. So it was very odd. Like whoever did the set direction or set direction, just okay. Um um but so she's finishing touches on this costume. At the same time, Jonathan wants to go out the next night as the Miles County murderer. That's what art is known as, is the Miles County murderer. And she's like, not appropriate. Like her mom's kind of like, doesn't face the mom at first, though Sienna's like, not appropriate, dude. Not
Right.
appropriate.
This guy's
9 people
still
died.
on the loose, right?
Thank
And
you.
9 people died, and this guy's still on the loose. Like, not cool.
And of course, Barbara jinxes it by saying, what if one of us had been murdered?
Boo.
Well, you jinxed it, Mom. So, we end this kind of like this whole big part by Sienna going to bed and enter the longest fucking scene on the fucking planet.
You guys.
You probably couldn't hear that through Zoom. It's fine. The longest fucking scene on the fucking planet.
There you go. You guys, this dream sequence. I mean, it was the longest
drawn out,
ridiculous, meaningless
yep,
dream
Clown
sequence
Cafe.
ever.
Yep.
Yeah, there was a song that went with it. She was falling asleep to a commercial or something called the Clown Cafe, and she was also thinking about the Miles County murder. So she falls asleep and has this terrible dream about being in that commercial, like being at the Clown Cafe, and it's actually Art's cafe, like
Right.
little clown cafe,
Right.
and he fucking murders everybody. We'll cut it. Let's summarize this for you so you can skip right past it because you really don't need to know anything. He murders everybody. And he lights the bitch that's singing on fire.
Oh, yes, because I did take a note here. My note is, Ween, I didn't know they had mini handheld flamethrowers.
Need it.
Hey Siri.
I know.
Order handheld flamethrower for Ween for Christmas.
Add handheld flamethrower to my shopping list.
Adding handheld flamethrower to shopping list.
So he's lighting shit on fire. and she's trying to escape. He shoots her in the leg, I think,
Yeah.
and she's trying to escape. And
Foreshadowing.
yeah, I don't remember what happens, but bitch finally
Sh-
wakes up. Like
She wakes
Jesus
up and
Christ.
yeah, and one of the candles had like erupted and lit the wings. She wakes up to the wings being on fire because she's had them
She
drying.
made these like huge angel wings for her costume that had paint on the bottom that was drying, and the candles were lit um as she fell asleep, and it lit her room on fire.
I don't know. I actually like to go back and look and see if they actually work because the one that actually catches them on fire, it's almost as if there's like accelerant.
A spark?
No, no, no. It actually like shoots up. Like it's
Oh,
like yeah, it shoots up like it's like
a flamethrower?
yes. Yes. A pillar of fire. Yes.
Yay.
Um um so pretty much what happens is mom's fucking done with it. Mom's
Oh
done with
my gosh,
everybody's shit. She's done with
she's over
Jonathan's
it.
shit. She's done with Sienna's shit. She is over it. Mom's like works at home, insurance, I believe is what she does. So she's like, go to fucking school. I don't fucking care. Just get the fuck away from me at this point. Like,
Right.
mom's also like dealing with like she herself has not only had to see, probably the person she loves losing his mind and then killing himself. So not only the kids dealing with grief, she's dealing with grief.
Right. And mom's
Um,
fucking had it.
yeah,
I feel bad for her,
yeah.
honestly.
But you know what we didn't need in this movie? Any of this.
Yeah.
Kill somebody. Please just fucking kill somebody, which he does, but not quick enough. Because now we see Art is now watching with the little demon girl, watching the interview from the first movie.
Yeah.
Um, and then we go to a dead possum and enter one of our favorite part of the whole fucking movie. Um, so these nasty kids find this dead possum, and the only reason I bring it up is because it comes back once or twice in this movie.
Yeah.
And so it's like, hey, you want to see a dead body, that sort of thing. Hey, you want to see a dead possum, and these kids are like playing with it.
Jonathan and his buddies
Yeah,
are playing with it.
and they gross out a girl, and she runs off, and you hear this beautiful Jersey accent scream. What is he? Do you want to do it? Do you want to do it together? I'm moving
What does
really
she
far.
say?
What's going?
Oh yeah. What's going on?
Enter Felissa Rose for one
Yay.
scene, and God, she's just hysterical. Like she's a gem. She's a fucking gem because that was like it was as if Jersey embodied a voice, and that's all I needed. It was wonderful.
It was
Um,
awesome. It was a
and,
great part.
and then we don't really know if we're thinking that Art is real because this is we're still with Jonathan, I believe, at this point. And he comes across Art and the little girl playing with
In
said
the
possum.
in the
Yeah,
hallway, yeah.
yeah. And my note is Art real or not? I don't know. We don't really know, but we do kind of because they throw the possum at Jonathan and he gets covered in blood. And he runs out, and the principal, uh, we know it's
It's a little chilly in that school, you guys.
she just all she is she should have been like Mrs. Nips a lot because that's all she's there for is to show off her nipples. Like that's it. Look at these. Look at these nips. And
Pew
then
pew
that's it.
pew pew.
Pew 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 pew. And she accuses Jonathan of I, I don't know what did they say it was?
I don't know, throwing the dead possum or playing with it in the
Yeah.
school, throwing
I
it
mean
around or whatever.
destruction of property or whatever. And my other note is Sienna has shitty friends. We meet Sienna's shitty friends, Brooke and Allie, I think. Brooke and Allie. They both are shitty. One's
Yeah.
shittier than the other, but they're both pretty shitty. One looks like she's 40 years old.
Right. Judging by the gray strands in her hair, poor thing, that she,
that they never colored over. Yeah.
yeah, didn't color over for this movie. That's cool.
Nope. Then we a lot of plot we don't fucking need. All we need to know is we're going to the costume shop. That's all, because this is where our first fucking, is it our first kill? No, guy in the laundromat is the first kill in this movie. So that we
First
don't
official
see.
kill. Right.
Yeah. So luckily, the black person isn't the first one to die in this movie, because I would have been like, really?
Really. Right.
We get this line that I'm going to continue saying forever is, you, you put that in your mouth, you got to pay for it.
Yeah.
So Art runs into
Yeah.
Sienna, and they're like, he runs into Allison too. He runs into Allie first, and then he like is menacing her, don't want to say, in a fun way, and he's menacing
In his
Sienna. Yeah,
in his way.
yeah, in his two girls, a guy, and two girls in art in a pizza place way.
Right.
Is he's in this exchange that was really funny, with him putting on different glasses and her turning back to look at him every time he has the different pairs of glasses on. It was we were dying, but that's when
it was really funny.
He puts like a
noise, some kind of
like party
noise maker in his mouth, and the shop attendant is like, you put that in your mouth, you gotta pay for it.
Also, we were really upset that the cute shop guy gets it, but
yeah,
he gets murdered.
So right in the eye with shattered glass and
a beer bottle. Yep.
Beer bottle, and then gets decapitated.
And let's see. So
sad.
Yeah. Sienna leaves. He was really fucking cute. So Sienna leaves, like, knowing that Art is back. Like, it's pretty fucking real, because he comes up, she thinks that she's lost her bag, her purse. And he comes up and pretty much puts it on the table, on the counter for her. And she's like, oh, just want to get out of here. And we know that it's not good, because Art lets her go. Like, he lets her go.
Straight up.
So she then meets up with her friend Allie, and they so then they have a discussion about what she just saw and the dreams, because we're like, she's having this dream, and she was never told any of her friends. Like, you'd think that, like, she was afraid to tell her friends about this dream, and I'm like, why? Like, it's not, people tell people stupid fucking dreams all the time. Like,
right.
I mean, it's not like.
And her friend also clearly saw the clown.
Right.
So, like.
Right. And
that was clearly a good time.
Right. And also, like, her friends also know that she's, well, her one friend, Brooke, fucking sucks. But at least this Allie would, like, genuinely was like, you are going through some things. Like, you are suffering from grief.
Right.
And so possibly the dream could be from grief. I don't know. Possibly. And the manifestation of Art, because we've been talking about it, could be why you had this dream. So, let's see. Oh, Jesus. Then,
is this the trick-or-treating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
buckle up, buddies.
Buckle up, guys. Yep.
Here we go.
Oh.
Art the clown goes trick-or-treating.
Yeah, he does.
And he arrives at Allie's house.
And he remembers her from running into her.
She doesn't want to give him any candy because he's a grown-ass man, but he insists on getting some fucking candy, and she throws it in his face and locks the door.
Right, which, I mean, I don't think it didn't matter what it did not matter if he had given it to him nice or not. It wouldn't have mattered.
No.
Oh, because he leaves, but he comes back, and boy, does he come back. Allie's putting on her makeup, and she finds that there's been like the one of the windows or the sliding glass door has been broken into. So
Yeah.
she's like, the fuck?
Yeah.
And so he's just in her kitchen drinking a glass of water.
Yeah. He just nonchalant, just walking in
Yep.
like he owns the place, walking
Yep.
in, drinking, gets himself a glass of water, and she runs away. She runs up the stairs.
Right. Right.
Can we not?
Let me go closer to the danger where I can't get out.
Can we not? How many movies?
Right.
How many horror movies do we have to watch where bitches run up the fucking stairs?
Maybe that should be like when they start doing we should do our own self-defense class where we're like, okay, step number 1, go outside. Do not
Outside
go up
is your friend.
do not go upstairs. No. That's part of Alice training, so why not? There you go. Get the fuck outside. And then all manner of horribleness happens to poor Allie. I
Oh
don't
my
remember
God.
how she finally like he gets her, he disables her, but then he scalps her.
This was such a long, gruesome, gory scene, you guys.
This is what you
Holy
wanted.
shit.
This is what you wanted. This is what
Yeah.
this is what your $250,000
She
paid
got
for.
this is the Dawn equivalent death.
Yeah, she gets the
got
worst
the nastiest of
in
anybody.
she of all 2 movies, she gets the nastiest of all of them. And I'm not
Yeah.
exactly sure why, but he spends his time with her because she is not dead. So he scalps her. Does he break her arms? Yes, he breaks her arms.
arm off
Yep.
at the elbow.
That part I actually did gag a little bit. I
yeah.
did gag a little bit. I was
Yeah.
like, I mean, and I again will say fucking awesome prosthetics and special effects. Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
this whole scene, how horrible it is. This is a special effects reel for somebody. That's what this will be.
Sure.
This will be like somebody's gonna want to get another job with another studio after this.
Whoever
this is
did
what
the
this
makeup for this movie and the prosthetics and everything, they're gonna have a job for life.
Yes, because it
in
was
the horror industry.
I literally gagged.
Amazing.
Yeah,
it was very Savini like.
This is, and I'm sure the scene that people were, if they were puking in the theaters, which I mean, I gagged, but I wasn't like, but again, I'm not a normie. I've seen some shit. So
Yeah.
I can imagine a normie going into this.
It has to be this scene. Yeah.
It has to be the scene. And then, then he leaves her. Well, no, then he pulls out a bat that's got like, is this where he caves in her chest?
We saw him make this little bat earlier with the little girl when he was like doing that little montage.
Mm-hmm.
He put like 360 around it, sharp objects into it. Like screws, nails, scissors, fucking a part of a kitchen knife, a serrated kitchen knife. And like
you said barbed wire too, right? Wasn't there barbed wire on it too?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's just so completely 360 around this thing, and oh my God, he
caves in her chest.
Yeah.
She's still alive
somehow. And
gets up. She gets up off the bed.
Yeah.
And tries to crawl away because he leaves. Because where's he going to go? He's going back down to the kitchen. He's got to get a couple of things. Those things being bleach and salt.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Jeez, how could I forget about that?
He pours bleach all over her. Yeah, I can see why people threw up. I can. I mean, again, it didn't really affect the arm thing affected, but there's other things that I've seen where I've gagged over similar shit.
Yeah.
But this part didn't bother me as much because it looks like a prosthetic. I mean, it looks like, luckily, does not look like a real person. He grabs handfuls of salt and just rubs it on her exposed brain.
Yeah.
And then into her back cuts, into the wounds. It just pats it right into it.
He wants to hear the screaming.
Yep.
That's what he gets off on.
And we're gonna save you. She's not dead. Because her mom comes home a little later.
Oh my God. And at this point, she's just sitting up in bed, and Art is like eating her,
Yep, he's eating parts of her face.
parts of her face, and she is still alive.
Yep.
And like
And
part of her
calling for
leg
her
is
mother.
and calling for her mother. Like
Mm-hmm.
my heart stopped. And
Mm-hmm.
part of her leg is cut off at this point.
Yep.
So she cannot move.
Nope.
And
Yep.
and her mom like obviously screams, and then we cut.
Yeah, so we don't know what horrible things. We only know that that mom doesn't have a head, because then he does trick or treating
And passes out candy.
with her hollowed out skull. I did laugh at that part. I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of funny.
I did too.
It was kind of funny.
He's not without whimsy.
No. And then at this point, Jonathan, I don't know what. Oh, Jonathan has been in trouble because the principal was like, called home, was like, "Do you know what your fucking son did today?" And Barb was like,
Right.
"I've had that."
She has had it.
She has. She
That
fucking
poor
has.
woman.
And she's like, "You're going to a psychiatrist. Get upstairs. I don't want to see you for the rest of the night." Well, at one point, she has another freak out, and he runs out. He leaves. And so at this point, Sienna is in her costume. Okay, do you want to talk about her costume?
Yeah, but before that, so there's a meet cute, not a meet cute. There's a shared moment that we have between Sienna the sister and Jonathan.
Oh, yes.
This is when Jonathan is showing Sienna their dad's notebook, sketchbook, and some of the drawings, and one of Art the Clown.
Yes, and also the newspaper clippings.
Yeah,
that the father put in there too.
There's newspaper clippings. There's sketches. There's artwork of the deaths from the previous movie.
Right, and
of
also
Dawn and Tara.
Also of one of a 10-year-old girl that they found mutilated remains, which it happens to be the little demon child clown.
Perfect.
Cool.
So, I don't remember. Sienna's like, just it doesn't mean anything. It's bullshit or whatever. And that's when Jonathan runs out, I think.
No, what happens is Sienna believes him. Sienna believes him, and he's like, why did he draw you in here? Why?
Yeah, there's a drawing of her.
Yeah, as this
holding a
angel, angel thing. And this is when the mom comes in. She's like, "Did you hear what he fucking did today?" And then and Jonathan just kind of like, "I didn't fucking do it," or whatever. And he runs out, and Sienna tells her mom, she's like, "I don't think he did it. I really don't think he did it." And this is where she's like, "He's gonna go talk to somebody." I'm like, "Hold on, he hasn't talked to anybody yet.
Right.
What the fuck? No one here has talked to some sort of like mental health person. Great. When your husband died in a fiery car crash, that might have been the time to talk to somebody. Maybe,
who knows?
Dialed up somebody with talk space.
Maybe they did talk to somebody. Maybe that's their family psychiatrist, because she did mention a name.
She said that he was finally going to one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think maybe their family physician was giving them all. I think he was just medicating them.
Yeah.
Because they're all taking pills. All of them are taking pills of some sort.
Yeah, Sienna's on Xanax, which
and I'm sure
come up later.
And mom takes a pill, which I'm sure is probably the same.
Yeah.
So then Sienna dons her Halloween costume and comes down to show mom. Would you like to talk about this Halloween costume?
Oh my god. Okay. So it's like a bralette.
Yeah. Strapless.
No, because it had the little shoulder pads.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
To it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like armor, but it's just around her boobs and her shoulder.
Right.
Her midriff shows completely, is showing. She has another piece of like armored skirt that she made, barely covering her ass.
Yep.
And these like cool calf length boots. And
she looks like Shira, but Shira's having a bad day. and half naked. It's what
She looks-
Shira wears in the Shira. That's right, Shira. Yeah, yeah. Shira wears in the boudoir.
It's like it looks like She-Ra without the skirt.
Yeah, like the whole
Because at
top
least
part does
She-Ra
look.
wears a dress.
Yeah, like it's
Like this is completely without the dress.
it's so she's taken her boudoir pics for her cousin slash boyfriend Adam.
Right. And
That I was always like weird. Anyhow,
there's some kind of headpiece that I don't remember.
she's got 3 braids on the one side.
Oh, that's right.
But
she
she's
just
got
does her
really
hair.
sweet makeup that she's done. She's done all these like,
Yeah.
like and guys, no one in this movie is a good actress or actor. None of nobody
She's very
is good.
pretty.
She's gorgeous.
She is gorgeous.
Yep. That's all we're gonna say. That's
about it.
Let's see. And so she heads up to the party with Brooke. Brooke is dressed up like pirate wench. Cool.
Slutty pirate.
A slutty pirate, and she's got a slutty boyfriend who's dressed up like slutty boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like his name is, what the hell is his name?
Jeff.
Jeff. That's correct. Yes, Jeff.
And he has a shirt that says "Just the tip, I promise," and it has a picture of a knife on it. Very nice. That's his Halloween costume.
And so Sienna gets a call from her mom while they're drinking heavily. So my first comment is, how'd they get there, and how are they leaving? Because they're fucking hammered. And also, how are they not getting carded? Because these two girls look like teenagers in a college bar. Not even a college bar, because someone's mom was there. Anyhow,
right. Most college bars would card
at the door. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, at the door.
Yep. So they just roll up and they just start drinking. And Sienna gets a call from her mom because her mom has gone out to the garage and found that her car has been covered with toilet paper,
shaving cream, and a splattered pumpkin.
Because she had told Sienna earlier, don't park in the garage because I don't want it to be covered, because our asshole kids next door will cover it with all of said things that are now covering it. But
my God, she's like, I'm gonna kill your brother.
Yeah. So she calls him up pretty much to say, he's dead, and she's like, what the fuck? Because she's really upset, Sienna, and kind of like thrown, because her good friend Brooke put half a tab of Molly in her drink, and she doesn't know why she feels the way she feels.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm so fucking angry right now at you.
I know, but like, smiling.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. Because also Brooke didn't know that she's on Xanax. Like, she could have killed her.
Right. So, yeah.
Brooke makes good decisions, and I'm not really upset with what happens with Brooke.
No.
So, mom is now trying to clean off the car. And who's sitting in the car?
Oh, Art.
Art's sitting in the car, and he just pulls up a sawed-up shotgun and just straight to Barbara's face. Just straight in her face. I mean, it's sad, but she had the luckiest death in this one.
She had the luckiest death, but most unfortunate to me.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's unfortunate what he does with the body afterwards. Because then he props it up in the living room, or sorry, in the dining room. And Jonathan comes in, because Jonathan at this point has seen the demon girl.
Yeah.
He saw the demon girl in the van. He comes across the van, and he's been running away. And he's coming home because he's scared now. And he comes into the dining room, and there's his mom's the rest of her. Yeah, I was like, what used to be her face, sitting in the head of the table, and Art just comes out with this little like crockery
crock pot full of mashed potatoes.
Yep, and then shoves the mashed potatoes in the cavern that used to be mom's face. That was gross. Real gross. That was real disgusting. Yeah. Then he tranquilizes Jonathan. Yeah. So, which is, I didn't know how they were going to go with this. Like, but then he pulls out this big tranquilizer that he used on Tara. And yeah. So then this is my next note. You said this is where the movie takes a
Here we go. Takes a turd.
yep.
A hard turd.
Yep. Tara has a freak out at the Halloween dance at the bar. And so Jeff and Brooke are taking her home.
Yeah.
At least getting out. And she received a call on her cell phone from her brother. And it's Jonathan asking her to come to like where the
old
fairgrounds.
carnival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we split almost like it's not a split screen, but we switch over to the little clown girl is the one who is actually pretending to be
Jonathan, speaking in his voice.
Right.
Somehow.
So we both went, no.
No. Now we're going
No.
supernatural. Here we go. This is where we're going.
This is where we're going. This is the moment. This is the moment.
This is the moment.
This is the moment. Okay. This is where we also learn about the dad, but we don't need to we've already told you about the dad.
Yep.
So they get to the carnival and Jonathan texts her and says for her to come to the Terrifier, which is actually the haunted house.
Beautiful.
Hey, movie's name. He said the movie's name.
What? That's the movie title.
You said it. So Brooke and Jeff just let her get out.
By herself.
Yeah, Brooke's like, this is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. I'm like, but why are you letting her go by herself? Oh, because you're a stupid bitch. Cool. Great. So, but Jeff's he's got to do some bumps of cocaine first. So
yeah,
but he does. I gave him a lot of credit at first because I was like, oh, he goes, should we go look? Somebody should go with her. And I was like, oh, Jeff's gonna be a good dude. Nah, then he just does some cocaine and then wants to fuck her.
Have sex with her, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, not a props.
No.
As high and slutty as I am, it's not an appropriate time right now.
Yeah. And also, how are we gonna have sex in the front seat?
Right. Uncomfortable.
And he's like, why don't you go take a piss?
Oh boy. And this is where we go from 0 to 60 from here on out, you guys.
Yep. This is the end is in sight.
Yes.
As convoluted as it's gonna get, the end is in sight. Because now we get this. I heard about this scene. I was so excited, and I was kind of let down. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of let down.
Really?
I expected more. I expected more from Art.
I expected more.
Because he starts. So Art comes upon our buddy Jeff out there, like
taking a piss,
rocking a wicked piss, and starts stabbing him in the junk.
Yeah.
And repeatedly
in the groin area,
and then just rips it off. Like he's ripping off a chicken wing. Like that skin is like ripped off.
Ripped off. Like
rips off his penis.
And ripped off.
Yep. And as Brooke is in the car, she looks over because on the other window, she hears him she sees him go down. She doesn't hear him at that point. And so she's looking around like, what the hell? And she looks over to where her boyfriend was. And on the window has written just the tip. Don't worry. Because then here pops up Art with the tip. Yeah. Which he rubs all over the window. I was like, you got me back, Art. You got me back. I like it.
He won my heart back.
Yep, you want me back, Art.
Oh, God.
Imagine making the prosthetic for that. We're just gonna get the one from the Donnie Wahlberg used in, or Marky, was it Mark? Yeah, it was Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg used Boogie Nights. Don't worry about it. We're just gonna cut it.
But just the tip of it.
Just the tip of it.
Because it was huge.
that donger was big.
That was
and
massive.
Purple. It was gross looking one. That was well, he probably had hit the character probably had a disease. Let's see. I'm looking else to see. I'm trying to read my notes and trying to figure out what the next. Oh my god, do I have more notes? No, I don't. This is it. Um, so pretty much what happens is Brooke then gets out of the car and starts running,
Yeah.
and
She runs ahead enough where she can take off her boots. Good girl. Take
right.
off her boots and start booking it.
Mm-hmm.
And she makes it into this like Saw movie like bathroom.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is
And
before this. Didn't he bite her in the? Didn't he try to bite her in the ankle? Or he stabs her in the ankle.
he stabbed her in the ankle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
I
was
think
like
with a
digging that knife in
scalpel.
there. Yeah, with a
Yeah.
scalpel. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. But yes, she's going to the saw bathroom.
Yeah.
And I don't remember. This is how bad this is. I don't remember how he kills her.
Um, I mean, he beats her the fuck up with that bat.
Yeah, I don't think we don't get to see. We don't linger on. I mean, like he beats her with it, but he doesn't. Or is this is the caving in of the chest, isn't
Yeah,
it?
he
This is the
caves
caving in the
the
chest.
caving out of the
Because then he
chest.
goes in and he starts playing with the entrails.
Yeah. He beats her the fuck in.
Yeah, this is where he literally caves in her chest. And
But
yes, that's where I've
before
got my
that
notes.
happens, Brooke hears or Sienna hears Brooke and they're like kind of calling out to each other and so Sienna's on her way. But
Mm-hmm.
then, Art gets to Brooke,
Yeah.
mercilessly kills her,
Yes.
beats her
Yes.
to death.
And I mean, this is the money. This is where the money's going to. It's going to that
Yeah,
scene with Alice. And I think we can easily say the women get it really rough in this movie,
real bad,
in
real
both
bad.
movies. So it's
And
one of those
it's less sexual in
in
this
this one.
movie,
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
which is
I,
kind
and
of
I'm wondering if it's because they're teenagers,
maybe,
but they're still horribly killed. I mean, like they're mangled. They're like
yeah,
massacred.
yeah.
So I don't know if we're exchanging sexualization for, because although it is the chest area, I don't know. I mean,
But
he's not getting off on it
he's
like he
not
was.
fondling in any way. He's not
Mm-mm,
Allie was a slow torture, but it wasn't sexual,
mm-mm,
you
no.
know.
Well, and the only thing really about the other ones of sexual is that he himself was getting off on it whatsoever. Like he was obviously fucking coming when he was doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am. Yeah, because there's no vaginas in this one getting
No,
massacred. Um, but there is a difference where like fucking Jeff gets, I mean, we don't even know if Jeff's dead. Like Jeff could still be alive. Probably not, but he could still be alive.
he could be. We don't ever know that, but
Yeah,
it's possible that he is because he just leaves him like that,
right,
bleeding out.
right. I mean, he stabbed him
Um,
enough in that area. He probably,
yeah, he
but
probably
there's
wasn't going to be long,
no,
but he probably bled to death.
probably
So he just left him.
right.
Um, Probably knowing he was going to bleed out. So after Brooke is killed, then is this where Sienna happens upon him?
Um, I think so. No, because this is where he catches John and starts cutting him with the scalpel. And
Oh,
Sienna
okay.
at this point has picked up something, like a bat, or not a bat, like a metal bar or something, because she start to beat him with it as he's going after the kid with the scalpel.
Yeah.
There's a lot like this scene is a lot of
It's
run, catch
there's
up, run, catch up.
there's like 5 times of this
Yeah. So
where
let's
they
just, let's just jump to at some point. Jonathan has been like, uh, he's knocked out Jonathan. He's laying on the ground. It's the final showdown between Sienna and Art,
for
and
real this time.
for realsies, and Art totally stabs Sienna in the stomach.
In the stomach with her own blade, the one that
Yeah,
her father gave her from
twice,
from
right?
medieval fare.
Yes, from the Ren Fair. Yes. twice, like no one's in the stomach,
Twice.
once in the side, right? I
Yes.
thought. And she falls backwards into this pit that has
this
lined with
lit up
lights.
pit.
Yeah. And he throws the sword in the pit with her.
This
We
is
both watched
important.
it. Yes, we both watched it and took note of him throwing it in the pit. Because she wakes up eventually in this like Houdini style glass coffin of water.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's drowning to death.
Yes.
Because she's injured. She's stuck there. Something's got her leg.
Some kind of monster. Whatever. Because on the other side of the glass coffin of emotion is the clown cafe people doing like dead.
So is this in her head?
Right.
We
don't know. But she gets rejuvenated.
Yeah, somehow the
Pick
blade
me up
does
inside.
the blade, which is on the ground,
up now,
but up.
Yeah,
but now
up.
above the pit,
Right.
glows, and then we cut to her, and the wounds in her stomach and side glow as well, and they glow shut.
Yep.
And she
Supernatural super glue. That's what I call super glue. I'll see myself out. So what does she do then? She just like
she comes to and she fucking yeets herself out of this tank.
Yep.
Crawls out of this pit. And she
has had like scalpel cuts everywhere in her body.
Everywhere.
Yep. She's at least she's fallen. She's fallen on her back at this point too. She fell through wooden slats on like at least probably 2 floors.
Right.
Onto cement. Her back would be broken at this point.
Yeah.
She'd be dead. I mean, she would have been dead a number of times. So, and then
so she when she gets out of the pit, then she grabs the sword that's now again on top of the pit, above the pit.
Right. Magically.
When we literally saw him drop it in there.
Right.
Continuity, folks.
So then she goes looking for Art, looking for a soul to steal, because she is like he's messing with Jonathan. He's gonna start like cutting up Jonathan.
Yeah,
it's very odd. Like he doesn't like again. He focuses on the women a lot in this movie, and like he plays with Jonathan. Like he doesn't. Jonathan doesn't get like Jonathan gets a cut on his face, and he gets a couple other scalpel cuts, but
and
that's it.
Scalpel cuts in his back.
Yeah, but like not to the degree
with him.
Right. Not to the degree that any of the women get. And I don't know if it's because again, but he also but to think about it too though, he mutilated a 10-year-old girl. Yeah. And I thought it would maybe because he's younger. No. I think
we don't see it.
I think it's because he's a boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happens now?
Sienna in the final boss battle.
It happens in Manitoba. Yeah.
She stabs Art, I think, in the back, right?
Yes.
First.
Yes.
And then she comes around and swings it at his neck.
Yes.
And after, like, I don't know, 3 swipes, decapitates him completely.
Yep.
Art is no more.
So he is headless. There is a head.
There's a head. The little demon clown girl comes out and fucking picks up the head like a baby.
Yep.
And just creeps on back to this little behind this wall or something. And they just fucking let it go.
It's stage left.
It's right. Oh my god. Oh my
and that's how the movie ends, guys. Or so you think.
So you think. Because then we get credits and then a cutscene.
Because I even said to Ween when we were watching it, Chris Jericho's supposed to be in this fucking. Did we miss him?
Right.
Where the fuck was he at?
Nay, nay, I say, we did not.
Big,
Now we
big,
get to the cutscene,
which
the
takes place at the
post-credit scene.
Q psychiatric hospital sign. Lightning, lightning, lightning. Spooky music.
Spooky.
Streisand vision. It's yeah, so we get this nurse comes in, and Chris Jericho, hello Burke the orderly, is sitting at the desk at this hospital, and this nurse has been working with Vicky from the first movie all day after, because once she was caught after she murdered Monica Brown.
Porter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monica Brown.
She was sent to the psychiatric hospital.
Which she immediately calmed down. And from what we could understand, like, she's been very docile all day.
Yeah. Just kind of humming to herself.
Right. Until this moment. Until somewhere across town. Hark, I hear Art's head being removed from his body.
Oh my god.
Suddenly her stomach starts to grow in size. As if she were pregnant. And she starts laughing and screaming, like, hysterically.
Breaks her water, so she's pissing out water and blood.
Mostly blood. Because
writing on the walls,
yep,
a la Art.
Yes. And when writing horrible things like whore, cunt, which again makes me think that this is very much like, we hate women society.
Yeah.
She also, I think we read it in the, like, what the fuck happened in the, like, but she actually has removed her entrails to make room for what's in her womb.
Yeah.
Because then she births Art's head.
Just the head.
Just
the tip.
The head. A+. Gold star.
Thank you.
And he wakes up. He's awake.
Yeah, and she's like licking it clean or something, or eating it or something.
I think she's licking. I think you're right.
I think she's licking it clean. And we just see her hovered over the head, and the nurse comes in to see her licking this thing, and she lifts her head up, and there's the head of Art. Credits.
Well, and her eye turns yellow like the demon girl's does.
Oh, yeah, that happens throughout, by the way, where the demon girl's eyes glow yellow or some shit.
Some shit.
What the fuck, movie?
And that's the movie. Art will live another day. Wouldn't it be awesome if he got, like, the tarantula legs from The Thing? So it was just Art's head, and he had, like, the tarantula
upside
legs?
down, like,
yes.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Yeah, Terrifier 3. You want to do some special effects? Do that.
I love The Thing.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
That's great.
Okay, so let's rate this thing.
Yeah. Here we go.
Here we go. Ready?
Blood and gore.
Oh, 1.
Are you kidding?
5. If I could, yes, 5.
It's hard to tell via Zoom. Yes, 5. Yes. For sure, 5. Yes. Holy shit, 5.
Yes.
Spooky scary.
No, sex and nudity.
That's after.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. God, my brain. Because I was thinking, never mind. Fine, cool.
Fine.
Spooky scary. I am gonna say, I don't think this was as scary as the first one. I don't think it was as spooky.
It was just gore.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 1.
I'll give it a 2 because it was still like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
In a lot of places. Sex and nudity.
This one's hard because we don't have the, like, sexualization of the kills. The only thing we have is Art cutting off a penis. So I guess I'll say 2 because we got Art cutting off a penis.
He cuts off a penis. I'll say 1.
Yeah.
Because that was bad. Because, yeah, he doesn't.
There's no sexualization. No. Mm-mm.
Um,
Except there was me just screaming that Brooke and and Sienna should kiss. I was like, kiss.
they
Yeah,
it seemed for a moment they were gonna
I was, I was, I was there.
during that confrontation.
Mm.
Like
I was feeling. I was like, just
Sienna's a little happy
kiss.
about being pissed off.
Yeah, and she kept playing with her hair. I was like, kiss,
I
kiss.
know.
Anyhow.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Um X is hell of a drug. So I hear.
Kids stay in school, don't do drugs.
I know. Cold Black Hearts, how entertained were you? Were you not entertained?
I'm gonna say 2.5.
Yeah.
But again, it's company. Um, and then the actual movie, because we had fun with the first one. This one felt like, well, though we did laugh a lot,
We did laugh a lot.
there's too much fucking plot. There was
Oh
so much
yeah.
plot. I
It
think
was
if they had cut
ridiculous.
half the plot, it would have been a 3.
Yeah. Yeah,
We did
straight up
have
two.
fun trying to figure out 2. Okay.
Yeah.
We had a good time trying to figure out what the fuck was happening.
Oh my god, it was so confusing.
Yeah, I sat through a lot of the rest of it with like this, going, I don't fucking know what's happening.
I don't know. I had no
Um,
idea most of the
yeah,
time.
it's movie
Yeah,
guys.
2. So there you go. There's Terrifier 2.
You guys wanted to know what we thought. That's what we thought. Hey, it's a movie.
It was a movie. It certainly was. It
I will
certainly
not.
is.
I will not disparage people when they say it did make them sick. I get it. I totally get it. I
If you're
just
not used to a lot of gore in movies,
right.
yeah, this would be pretty disturbing. But honestly, like, I can't take away the prosthetics, the special effects. I
Yeah.
really can't take that away from it.
No. No. It's
It was a
so
spectacle.
fucking well done. It's
Yeah,
very well done, especially when you know that's $250,000. It's
right. Like everything went into that, and you can tell.
yeah.
And it was for the better, honestly, because that's what makes it. That's what makes this movie.
And it took
That's
them
why he's
6
so scary to people.
Yeah, I mean, it took them 6 years to make it.
Yeah,
Part of that was probably raising the $250,000.
partly.
We're talking about because there were 12 executive directors or producers
Producers, yeah.
on this, and so they were raising the money. I mean, it's again, I just think someone should have been like, guys, plot wise, we need to go over this with the
Let's pull this back a little bit, maybe.
yeah. It's also almost 2.5 hours long.
Yeah,
Nope,
yeah. It
nope.
was long.
It's long, and
A
it
lot could have
feels.
been cut. A lot could have been cut.
I think if it had been tighter, it would have been a better movie. Like we don't need. You want to up the body count, but they didn't really up the body count in this one. It's
Yeah.
about the same.
There was never any reconciliation with the stuff about the dad. The fact that
No,
the dad, it had nothing to do with anything.
right, right. We didn't
The
even have
fact
to.
that the dad did all these
No,
sketches, I was like, oh, this is interesting.
yeah,
So, what is the dad's connection to art? What are the kids' connection to art? Some kind of connect? Nope. No.
nothing. Like
No.
I think honestly, and I said to you, I was like, it should have been like the Art's their dad. Like he just had a fucking mental breakdown and became this creature. Or that's what came out of when he got out. Like he
Or he
survived the fire, and that's what came out.
or didn't really die, and the mom knew that, but nobody else did. She
Right,
just told the kids he was dead because he went fucking crazy.
right, right.
Something. Give me
Something,
something.
something. But I guess then they wanted to keep up that like ruse of we don't know the backstory of the monster.
Right, which is fine. But then don't create something that's tying to the monster.
You know,
People.
and I'm not a fan of these movies, but there's a reason that there's so many fucking Saw movies. Is because what it is you're coming in to see people get cut up in fucking crazy different ways.
Right.
There's not the more plot you put into a fucking Saw movie, the lamer it gets because no one fucking cares. Like that one with fucking Donnie Wahlberg. He's a cop who's a crooked cop and blah 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 blah. It's like No one fucking cares. Just put him in a bear trap on his head, and that's all I need to know. The same thing with this. Give me the
Oh
psycho
shit.
clown and just throw them. Well, I don't know. I don't remember what happens in that movie. I but the same thing here is like we don't need all this. We do not need exposition town.
Yeah.
This is just exposition Bill, and none of it makes sense. And that's
Yeah.
the problem. Is like it'd be different if it made somewhat of a sense, but it doesn't. So
Yeah.
anyhow,
It was just nothing. It was just, hey, look over here. You know.
hey, fancy things. Yeah, yeah. They're like, hey, you're gonna see two women get brutally murdered. And we know there's a Terrifier 3. So, and they said all bets are off. So I can only imagine what someone's gonna get ground up in something, or
I don't
who
know.
knows. Yeah.
But we'll be here for it.
Yep. All right. On that note,
Yay.
I say huzzah, and we will see everyone later. And keep it spooky, everybody.